you'll get tetanus.
It's not a friendly bathroom.
Some people don't quit smashing.
Yeah.
Metaphorically.
One smash to another smash.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And what's one kitchen sink to another? He's smooth. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Connie's Untitled Nighttime Talk Show, the only self-help podcast that only helps me. I'm here with my buddy Dave. Dave?
Oh, there's my work alarm.
Oh, the work alarm going off at 7 p.m. What time you show up to work, Dave? 9 p.m. What time you stay to work, Dave? 5 a.m.?
4 a.m.
Holy piss.
3 if I'm lucky.
I don't want to incriminate anybody, but I know where you work, and that makes total sense. You know, they have a rich tradition of being awesome.
We try.
Yes.
We do try. Sometimes we try a little too hard.
Yeah, no. I've heard of that. You know, like, what do you call it, mutiny? You know, they can't fire all of us.
Yeah, they can't fire all of us.
If everybody misbehaves.
Since our boss is drunk with us.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Helps a lot.
Hell yeah. And what do you do without saying names?
I'm a bartender and a bouncer.
Bartender and a bouncer.
Yep.
Bouncer, is that like slang for some kind of euphemism for prostitution, or is that like...
You know, I've never actually looked it up. I kind of do want to know where the word bouncer came from, because it can't just be from bouncing people out of the bar.
No, I mean, like, one time...
There has to be some, like, 30s slang for it.
Well, I think that... Well, I don't know. It might just be Pride Month, but I felt like if you say, like, I like to bounce, you know, people are going to interpret that a certain way.
So, like to rollerblade.
Yeah.
Roller skate.
So at a bar, who's the most unruly person you've had to deal with?
Small white women.
Small white women. It wasn't John Daly looking fucks?
No. It's always small white women that are the worst.
Small honkies. And what do they say?
Very mean. They're very mean people, actually. They're probably the meanest people are small white women.
I would say so. They're like the Chihuahua of people.
They can't reach a whole lot of stuff. They're very easily missed in a crowd.
Yeah?
Probably anger-inducing.
Anger-inducing.
Yeah. I'd be mad if I couldn't reach the top shelf of my cabinets.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have on the top shelf either.
Yeah.
You know?
Dated a lot of 5-foot tall women. Their top shelves are pretty empty.
It's kind of a thought crime. Yeah, no, like I don't think you should have the right to be pissed off about stuff being on the top shelf if you don't have a step ladder. You know, at least in your own home.
They have a step ladder.
They usually do?
95% of the time they have a step ladder.
And then like the 1% of them have like a pogo stick.
No, they just climb on the counter like animals.
Oh, yeah. My girlfriend's taller than me. She hates it, but I like it, you know, because I don't have to jump on the counters.
I've never dated a girl taller than me. Not even once.
You've never done it? Not even once.
I've never dated one taller than me.
But you're not that tall.
I'm 5'11".
Oh, you're taller than me. All right.
Man.
Hell yeah.
Never dated other, yes. There have been instances where tall
There's
women
been, yes, yeah. Some
were involved.
shelving accidents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or you had to,
Yeah.
plow that
Yeah.
step ladder.
Just lumberjacking my way through it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. Did you feel like, I don't know the small equivalent to Paul Bunyan.
Paul nothing.
I mean, Ant-Man, maybe?
Ant-Man can also get tall too, though.
Yeah. So, like, what's the hardest you've ever bounced somebody?
Like the actual method of removal, or
Warrants notwithstanding, yeah.
we don't have any warrants now, so we're good on that. But
Marker. Oop.
no.
Oh no! Chris in the stage here.
Beer down.
That's bad.
On my 30th birthday, I hip tossed a dude out the front door of a bar here in town while at midnight exactly on my 30th birthday, while the whole bar was singing happy birthday to me.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, did not know the bar had started singing happy birthday to me. They were looking for me, and I was just choking some kid out on the sidewalk in front of the bar.
Some poor guys that got a Travis Scott concert just like happy birthday.
Yeah, he got hip tossed out by a dude on his 30th birthday. Probably not the most endearing thing for a 21-year-old to feel. Finding out that you got kicked out by the bouncer on his 30th birthday.
Well, I don't know. I feel like kids these days are not the same as the ones that we grew up with.
A little soft.
At risk of sounding like an older fella, you know.
They can't fight.
There's a difference between Fortnite and an actual manhunt, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, you're one of my, like, probably one of my best friends because you've met my mother.
It's true.
You know? Like, I'd help you manhunt Fortnite a guy. You know, even if you were wrong, you know.
It has happened.
Really?
Like, there has been, like...
During the rut?
No, there's been, like, situations, like, bartenders in general areas tend to have, like, a group chat with other bars in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's, like, a pretty normal thing.
It's
And
like
there has been, like, hey, this motherfucker just left our bar and did this.
Like a decentralized intelligence agency?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, look out for the guy with the clown makeup tattooed on his face.
That's like, or like,
well,
this guy took our tip jar, and it's like, oh, that guy just walked into our bar.
Well, dude,
we'll hold him for you.
I've totally been that guy though, dude. Like I just went back to Riley's for the first time in like 2.5 years, and one night I was out there. And the bartender told me the night after that I'd taken the tip jar, thrown it in the air, and then spiked it into the ground like a volleyball. Right. And my friends were so cool that they stood up for me enough that I didn't have to get kicked out. You know. So it's time to take a little breaky poo from that place. You know. But I'm still welcome there.
Yeah. Very much.
Which I don't know who's cooler in that whole situation. If it's probably the bartender.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're an alright guy.
Yeah. Well, you know, big glass jars are pretty good spiking. You know.
There are no glass tip jars in that bar
big
now.
Fucking mess.
There are no glass tip jars in that bar now.
They're all using cheesy poof barrels.
I actually don't know. Everybody has the same tip jars. It's just like the little flower vase, the twist off bottoms, it's tips in red.
Yeah.
Except they're all covered in stickers.
They are all sticker bombed. It looks like the inside of the urinal. You ever notice that? Like, it's probably the most punk rock place I've ever been to. Cause like, I didn't know before I went there that you could put, like, that you could vandalize the part of the.
I was like, oh, cool, somebody's smoking weed in there again. Nah, I opened the door.
It's actually loud.
Yeah, as I got closer, I realized, over my sad Sunday country music, that two guys were just beating the ever-living fuck out of each other in the bathroom.
Well, that's good.
They came in with each other, they were fine. I don't even think they were drunk.
Were they a couple?
No, they were not a couple.
Well, I've had friends that I beat the shit out of.
They were, yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened in the bathroom, but, yeah.
A bathroom brawl.
Yeah, it is a very small bathroom, too. It's not a spacious affair.
It sounds kind of... And maybe I'm, like, showing my own hand here.
Stuff happens in the women's bathroom where you can lock the door. But,
oh, they got a lock on that one?
Yeah, the women's bathroom has a lock.
That's a classy establishment.
Yeah, I mean... I feel like you really can't be a bartender here in this area specifically unless you have had in Roger Shrek's bathroom. I feel like it's just a thing. Honestly, I don't know many people that haven't had in the bathroom or the office of the bar they worked at. It's a pretty common trope.
It's a perk, I guess. Yeah.
Or the stock room. Stock room's also a good place.
There's not that many rooms in these places. They're not big buildings, you know?
There's a lot more rooms in you think. It has the secret stairway.
There's a secret one?
Yeah, when you go back in that little room to like
The storage area?
to
And
the
then you
right
go
of
up?
the bar, you go up to the top bar, up some stairs that are real sketchy.
Oh, into the
Upstairs
the
bar.
crow's nest,
Yeah.
so to say. Oh, yeah.
It's, they're sketchy too. They're scary, scary stairs. They were
What, like floppy? You can't be
they're only
taking
like
a real
this
lady
wide.
up there. Oh.
Yeah. No,
And
there's
like
not. They're not
bouncy?
built for wide people.
Not built for wide-days.
No.
Hmm.
Not even a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that. I mean, I know a lot of like bartenders on the street have kids, but given what goes on here, I'm a little bit impressed that it's not more common.
I'm trying to think of who has kids. I can think of
There's a gay guy who has kids somehow. There's a fucking.
a gay guy has kids. One of the bartenders at that bar also has kids.
Oh, really? Well, is it the one? The smiling one?
Smiling one.
No. Those are two different people.
It's a daytime bartender.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know who the one is. I'm not trying to get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'd have to start doing push-ups again, you know? I don't want to do that.
So I think. So only one person that has a kid. Nobody at Numeral has kids. I think all 3 female bartenders have kids.
Which one's VIP? Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one I don't go to.
That's the one that most of us don't go to.
Yeah. Is that the one? Well, isn't around.
It's still real.
It is?
It's still there.
You still throwing shit on the ground?
Yep.
Ruining the concrete?
Yeah, just eating the concrete away with pre-made mixed shots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
They
is.
pre-make the mixed shots inside the ice?
No, they're all just in like pours.
Ah.
They're
Everything's
all,
punch.
Yeah, they're all just make like 5-6 bottles, I think, every few hours of the same shot,
Yeah.
and then just pour it instead of mixing it.
Yeah.
And it works for them.
Yeah.
People love breaking those ice shots.
They do. They like...
People like throwing them too.
People like throwing things.
Yeah,
Axe throwing. That's a legitimate business.
it is.
They don't sell anything. They
Super
just
rough.
rent axes to people.
Yeah.
And then
Rage rooms.
make them play darts with super heavy darts.
Yeah. Rage rooms are a thing.
Rage rooms, I've seen those. I know a friend who owns one of those.
I've been to one of those. They're fun.
Yeah. Shout out to Jeff Kearney. Shout out to Smash Lab. Don't have in the bathroom, you'll get tetanus.
It's not a friendly bathroom.
Some people don't quit smashing.
Yeah.
Metaphorically.
One smash to another smash.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And what's one kitchen sink to another, you know?
It's true.
Yeah.
Smash one sink, smash on the other sink.
Smash the other. Yeah, right. Yeah.
It works.
Yep. Now you're a bartender.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Now you have the chops.
That's
I don't know, man. Sometimes you just need a big shift and it happens. So.
hell yeah.
Allegedly. I don't know if that's ever happened.
Well, not to me.
I can name like 3 people.
Yeah.
4.
I mean, I think banging during a shift is a pretty tricky endeavor. You gotta be like real good at your job.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
for sure. Or it's going to be really slow.
but not slow enough to. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, it's kind of like a planned act of domestic terrorism.
kind of. Yeah, I guess.
You know,
It could
yeah.
be.
Let me just derelict my duty here.
Mm-hmm.
Go get in this duty here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like, speaking of the bathroom, like the women's bathroom does have the giant, like, from the knees up mirror. And I feel like that was a conscious decision. The giant 6 foot by 4 foot mirror.
I've never been to the ladies' room. At risk of sounding like a dweeb right now.
We'll have to check it out after this.
I've banged in other bathrooms.
Yeah,
I've gotten the shots. Yeah.
it's true.
Imagine like getting staff
That sounds
from
unfortunate.
putting a foot down inside the urinal at the Rogers Reg bathroom. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd be like, imagine like somebody and then getting the same thing that like weightlifters do. Like that would.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be a huge bummer.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Maybe I should rethink some things in my life.
Well, diseases? I don't know. Yeah. What you need is like 3 gay friends. You need at least 3 of them because they'll get chlamydia. They'll get it. They're an active bunch. And they don't wear condoms because what's the point? Plus, we're in Arkansas where that's how they're raised. Anyway.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, no, they're getting chlamydia. They're developing like resistances to antibiotics at this point.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Bathroom here might be the most prepared bathroom I've ever seen. Bathroom here might be the most prepared bathroom.
For coitus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one in my pocket right now.
Great transition. You ever off at work?
Sure. It's right here.
Yes. Is that a popper? What the hell?
It's a condom.
Oh.
It's funny that this conversation came up.
Off at work?
I know somebody who has. Proudly. We both know this person, actually, too.
I think everybody.
I think everybody's tried.
What do you mean tried? Are the walls too thin?
Well, yeah. most places I work, yeah, the walls are too thin.
Wow.
There's not a lot of privacy either.
Yeah.
In theory, you could. Most men's bathroom and bars don't have locks on the doors either.
That's true. I feel like that adds to it.
Will they catch me?
Yeah.
Will they catch me? Won't they catch me?
No, I mean, that's what I feel like, myself having a girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's like the same thrill that I had with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, I guess.
No, I mean, I don't know.
I never thought about that,
part
right?
of it,
Yeah, I definitely, remember, I've lived with a girl and, you're just like, damn it. You're just like, wait till she falls asleep and you go to the downstairs bathroom like an animal.
Except it's not that. You just ink like a squid and then
you're just like,
go to bed.
Now I'm sleeping.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think porn's kind of done a number on me because I'll prematurely in my dreams,
Yeah.
I'll be apologizing. Yeah.
Dude, I heard somebody.
Well, this always happens.
Somebody and I were talking about it while I was working the other day, and he said something. I want to say kind of controversial, but it's interesting to be sure. He's done watching porn, and now he just watches GIFs on Google image search. And I was like, that is
He's reverting. He's got Alzheimer's. He's a 13-year-old now.
It's almost paper porn. You're almost reading a Playboy.
It is closer, yeah. It's
I can't do a full 15-minute video. I just need a 10-second loop of the same image.
If you told the dude that if you told the dudes that were hiding Playboys in the woods, eventually
you could just watch GIFs on Google image search.
Moving picture versions of it, their minds would be blown.
Go tell somebody in 1972 that. They would be like, no.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is this? Yeah, no.
Your cars have batteries?
Right.
Other than the one that runs the alternator?
Yeah, never mind the fact that I don't know, today, I think that the people cracking down on porn is kind of a funny thing.
It's crazy.
Well, no, it's not crazy. I think it's...
I feel like porn has gone too far.
It's basically human trafficking with extra steps.
Yeah, it's just...
You gotta get a video editor who's unscrupulous. Yeah.
Fluffers.
Yeah. You gotta get a key grip.
Yeah.
You gotta get a sound guy.
The key grip.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But he told me that he's like, yeah, I just watch GIFs on Google Images now. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It seems like he's committed.
Yeah, I was like, also, maybe sometimes you just don't have time for a 15-minute long video with a plot and everything.
Well, no, I'm a dude. I don't need plot. I just need action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever met those people?
I don't know. I don't
The
need
plots
to know.
and porn people are weird.
Well, those are women.
Yeah.
Yeah, my point is that I'm not concerned with how she got stuck in the dryer.
There's never clothes in the dryer.
Laundry's
either.
really hard.
You notice that there's never clothes in the dryer.
That's true.
It's always an empty dryer.
Well, it's easier for shooting, you know. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but yeah, no, there's never. Yeah, she's never really doing anything.
She's just in the dryer. There's never clothes.
Well, I feel like you're getting way too into the plot at that point, because you know, like you ever watch like a Will Smith, you know, thing where it's like movie. Somebody starts dialing like 5. You know, that's the no, like.
Yeah.
Show me some like waterproof sheets in the dryer.
Yeah.
You know, like partly melted because you left it in there for too long.
Yeah, it's just latex sheets.
Yeah.
It's like the bedwetter saver sheet from when people were kids.
I got one of them.
Sometimes you have to have.
Not for me.
I sweat a lot.
I
sweat a lot in my
let
sleep.
my mattress change color. I don't know.
I don't.
Well, I mean, I change sheets.
Yeah, I change my sheets.
Sheets on a bed, are they important for Dave? Maybe not in the bathroom.
Fitted sheet.
A fitted sheet.
Fitted sheet only. I'm not a top sheet guy.
No, a top sheet. Well, you're supposed to have both.
Yeah, I just
You're supposed to have 2 sheets.
Well, my top sheet has been turned into a blackout curtain in my room. So,
well, kudos to you. I mean, that's just good.
Yeah, I go to my alarm goes off at 7 p.m. to go to work, and I go to work.
Brilliant the way.
Yeah, the sun at 8 a.m. is not fun sometimes. Yeah,
I'm a creature.
Well, I've been called out for it once. One girl literally was at my house and she goes, "Your curtains match your sheets," and I was like, "Yeah." And then the next day she goes, "Is your blackout curtain actually your top sheet?" And I was like, "Yeah, it for sure is." I had a sliding glass door, so it was like perfect shape and size. And a balcony in my room.
You still talk to that lady, or just in bathrooms?
No.
No.
Do not talk to her anymore, unfortunately. For me, unfortunately. For her, probably fortunately.
Well, she's doing good.
Yeah, she's alright.
She's got a top sheet on her bed.
Yeah. She's married with 2 kids now. That is a thing. So she definitely has top sheets.
Oh, so she's got shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her husband's real cool. I went to high school with him. So I do still talk to him. She just refuses to acknowledge me.
That's good.
Her husband knows too. It's not even like a weird thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're just like, hey.
I saw him working bartending one day. I was like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" I was like, "How do you know her?" And he goes, "How do you know my wife?" And I was like,
Oh, never mind.
How do I know your wife?
Oh,
when did you guys get married?
A year ago? You had 2 kids?
Yeah. Irish twins.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
That's also like a pretty regular, like, Arkansas, specifically Fayetteville thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I remember, like, I had, like, one night stand, and I was, like, so shocked that I'd pulled it off that I couldn't believe that it was happening. It also happened to be, like, the same, like, weekend that I'd cut a piece off of my head.
Yeah.
So I had, like, I called it the mummy. It was like a bandage taped to my shit. And I didn't, I had to, like, play around it. I was like, close your eyes.
Don't look at the back of my head.
Don't, no. At a certain point, I had to take my hat off and reveal that I was openly bleeding from the top of my head. Yeah. And this is the first one night stand. I didn't know that I was capable of that. And then a year later, she had, like, a kid. And then I was like, I didn't reach out, because I feel like if she didn't reach out to me, then all was good. And the kid didn't look like me.
It's fair.
It was ugly.
I've only read that happen once. And chick was like, "I think this is your kid," and I was like, "That kid has blue eyes." or brown eyes. I have blue. I was like, if the kid had blue eyes, I'd probably believe it. I was like, that kid has brown eyes. There's no way that this made brown eyes. I was like, you have green eyes. I have blue eyes. There's no way that kid's.
I don't want to like discredit you or nothing, but I don't know. It seems like one of them recessive things.
Nobody in my family has brown eyes.
Nobody. That's good enough.
Actually, I think my grandma on my mom's side might have brown eyes.
Okay, so yeah, it might be a recessive thing. Yeah, no. And I feel like everybody in my fucking family doesn't look like mole people. But like, it's just a new thing that we're dealing with.
It's not generational.
My mom got it.
Oh, well, yeah. I didn't think about that.
My mom got it bad. She she got all the steroid shots in her head and like did all the stuff that I was too poor to do.
You never know now.
And it didn't work. So I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
Go to the doctor, like, it looks like your hair's falling out. So it looks like I'm canceling my insurance.
Yeah.
I had a friend in high school who had that, and he was so cool, everybody thought he did it on purpose. And I'm like, that's a lot of pressure. But I've been doing it, I think.
I think you're only like the third person ever I've met that actually has alopecia.
I met a, shout out to Demetrius in Austin, Texas. I met a black dude with alopecia. All right. So, like, I realized when all my hair fell out at like 24, so long as I don't get stressed out, like, then I'm going to look the same age at 40 as I do whenever my fucking hair fell out. You know? And then I met a black dude with the same thing. He had double anti-aging. This guy was 46 years old. He looked 23.
Oh, yeah, that black guy without eyebrows sounds intimidating.
Everybody without eyebrows is intimidating. It's really just a lighting situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because if I do one of these, I look like a skull, you know?
Yeah.
If I do one of these, I look like...
I can see like one eyebrow here, honestly.
No, they're growing back. It's actually a problem. I wish they weren't growing back.
Yeah.
It's easier this way.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
I never thought about it. I guess I'd see how it would be easier just not having hair.
Yeah. Like, imagine I was the biggest hippie you've ever met in your entire life. I haven't gotten a haircut in 8 fucking years. For the regular dreadlock looks, those are like guys who are stepping on their own dreadlocks. I'm just saving time.
I went 5 years without an actual haircut at one point in my life.
And then you got a girlfriend?
No, actually, I was with Amber when it was the thing, and
doing the Samson thing.
Yeah, she liked it. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna spend $20 every 2 weeks to cut my hair if I don't have to."
Right.
I was like, "Here, I have clippers. Do my undercut for me. That's it."
Undercut.
Yeah, off the neck,
so that you can.
Cause I sweat a lot.
Oh yeah.
And it was like down to here. It was like 4 pounds of hair.
It's a shitload of hair.
It was a lot of hair. And it's curly, so.
Yeah, having a competition with the dog.
Yeah.
I like that the bugs are active after we've been doing this. This is pretty cool.
I keep feeling like I'm going to swat my face off in the face.
I'm just going to eat them.
Yeah, just open your mouth, let it fly in.
I already look like a salamander.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fair.
You're supposed to agree with that. Come on.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I prefer this look,
Yeah.
Like I do. Just because, again, time saved, Also, like, you stand out in a police lineup.
Yeah.
Unless they find, like, 5 other emojis, like, then it's going to be tough.
They not have a bald emoji?
They're all bald, Dave.
What?
Sorry.
Yes, those are.
Those?
The smiley faces.
Those ones.
The smiley face ones are all.
I said emojis, right?
Yeah, there's other emojis.
We got the vegetable emojis that are definitely not sexual. You get the...
Yeah. You can change the skin color of the hand emojis.
Whatever that means, yeah.
You can change the skin color of the hand emojis.
Which is offensive.
And you can change the hair color on the ones that are actually people.
There's 3 colors, and they all have different shirts.
Do they?
It's not inclusive enough. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not notice?
I don't know. Mine's blonde and it has a blue shirt.
Of course it does.
That's all I've ever noticed. Oh no, the black ones have pink shirts?
Do they?
Yeah, the black guys wear pink shirts.
And then the beige ones wear...
It's orange. I think it's orange.
You know, we're not going to do any research for this, so go ahead and fact check that at home.
Yeah.
Emojis. How's your mom?
Mom's alright.
Like in general, or just like now?
Yeah, she's general.
Oh, yeah. I haven't met your mom.
It's true.
We're not boyfriend and boyfriend yet.
It's true. Not only known each other for like 7 years, but
yeah.
I met your mom. You haven't met my mom.
The day.
She's alright. She was in Berryville.
She's yeah. Berryville.
Berryville.
Shit. I'm surprised I haven't met her. I've been there twice. There's only 5 people there. Y'all got that square?
Very few people there. We're not from there. She just lives there.
Oh.
Where my most recent ex-stepfather is from. It's the third one.
Since last time? So you just been on tour dicking?
Yeah.
In the bathroom? At work?
Pretty much.
Hell yeah, I did.
Not really.
You could write a song about that, I mean, if you wanted.
It could be a country song. Dicking in the bathroom instead of smoking in the boys' room.
Sucking in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like I've had more sex in cars lately than I probably should in my 30s.
Yeah, definitely. What kind of car you got? Hold on. For listeners at home.
I have a Tacoma, so it's not the most conducive.
It's not that motivational. I was hoping you'd say like a 2809 Focus.
No, I do have a 2007 C230, which would be more conducive, but it is what it is.
Duty calls, you know. You gotta.
The last 2 cars I had sex in were a new.
A new. Was it the
4-door?
Was it the Sport or was it like the regular?
This is a regular one, 4-door.
Okay.
It's a white one too, so OJ.
So you know.
And then an F-250. That was not mine.
And you
it was
were on
hers.
bottom?
No.
Oh.
I don't really remember how that one worked.
Something about fender flares and getting plowed in.
Yeah, but it was also a chick that drove an F-250, so.
So it was a man.
No, definitely not a man.
Oh.
Horse girl.
Oh.
Equestrian. I'll say equestrian.
Horse girls.
Yeah.
They go for it.
They do go for it. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they're used to 800-pound animals.
It's true.
Yeah.
200-pound bouncer. Not that much difference. It's not that much difference.
I hit like a bronco.
Both Fords, though. I didn't think about that. They were both Fords.
Yeah, banging in Fords. That's an American pastime.
I'm very much from Arkansas, I guess.
I've done it in the Mustang. It's not a Bronco.
I've never done it in a Mustang.
It's a lot harder. I mean on your knees.
Oh.
What I mean is like, yeah, like there's not any cloth interior there.
Toyota was the best one. Sorry, Dad.
Sienna marker. I gotta pull that up. That's not a Festiva, or no? What's a Privia?
Yeah, Privy.
Yeah, Privia. That's like the baby pod, dude.
Yeah, it is. Toyota Sienna is the apex of minivans. But just saying.
That's disrespect for your father. Yeah.
No, you know Han from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. He drives a Sienna. He said it's the best car he's ever owned.
Well, how long has he had it?
He has a 2024 apparently. He loves it.
Well, it's the best car he's ever owned, and he's had it for a year and a half.
I think it's like his 5th one.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, he's just got something.
Yeah. I don't know. The guy likes cars.
Some kind of is.
I trust him.
I suppose.
He's in the only car-centric franchise that's like lasted more than 20 years. So
I mean, to call them the same franchise isn't really fair, though.
Alright, people.
'Cause they had to like have a spin-off where the Guilo goes and gets his shit packed in by the
Ludacris goes to space.
in the Pontiac.
Yeah, or the GTO.
Which they don't even make. Yeah.
They're coming back next year.
Are you fucking what?
Pontiacs are going.
Where are they gonna what?
They're going back into production next year.
No shit.
Straight up.
So what are they gonna do? The GTO EV?
Yeah.
Boo!
Like the Camaro EV. It's gonna be the
God.
Camaro EV with a different paint job and different headlights.
That's dumb. I don't like EVs.
I don't either.
I feel like everybody's jerking off about like how good they are for the environment when they're not actually that good for the environment. The CEO of Toyota fucking put out a speech talking about how like making hybrids was like 3 times greener for the planet than making a full EV.
Yeah.
And I've actually read a couple books on where they get the components to make sure that the batteries don't light on fire. And even if they don't light on fire, they have as much radiation as your...
Yeah, lithium mining is not a fucking good for the planet thing.
Not lithium mining, I'm talking about cobalt.
Or coal. Well, also not good for the
Oh,
environment.
yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Show me a strip mine, I'll show you a problem. Like, cobalt mining is like kids dying in holes.
Yeah.
And everyone's like...
You just got... Yeah, you just got black lung by the time you're 12.
Right. And then
From
like...
inhaling metal particulate.
Well, it's like you see how California put out like they put out a mandate like by 2030 we're gonna have all EVs, and it's like so there's enough people that cried out. It's like that's class warfare. Plus the things don't go for more than 200 miles. Plus like plus like if you heat batteries up, they don't perform as well.
Didn't that one chick become the first person just recently to like drive around the world in an EV?
No.
No, it wasn't her. It wasn't a Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg recently got pulled over in the water on the way to deliver bread to people from... Activists, I think, are totally full of shit. I have a friend, right? He's an I'm gonna correct this word. He's a fucking eye doctor, all right?
Optometrist.
No, he's like a surgeon.
Oh.
Ophthalmologist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He didn't... Oh, my gosh. All right, so, like, I got invited to a gig. Hey, man, you should come out. We're raising money for... And I was never happier that I got booked.
Yeah.
For something fucking else. Because this guy, like, he went to... Found a piece of machinery and gave anybody who needed it their sight back for like 3 weeks before he had a tremendous amount of trouble getting out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And every time anybody hits me up with some shit like that, I'm like, just tell me it's for you. Just tell me that you're jerking off. Don't put it behind some cause that you probably know fucking nothing about. Mm-hmm. Like, compared to the guy that fucking flew there, then walked, and then got on a camel, and then got into a car, and then found a machine, and then was getting bombed. Like, what the hell are we going to do on this Saturday party that's going to be beneficial for the people who don't have a country? But, like, it just tell me it's for you, Like, I recently went and saw Buddy Guy in concert.
Yeah.
And my biggest fear... You were? Mm-hmm. Shit, yeah, dude. Were you working or banging in the bathroom or?
No, I was not banging in the bathroom.
Yeah, you can't do that over
I was
there.
at the very back of the lawn.
Oh, I was in like the midpoint of the line. My little brother had the biggest cowboy hat, and I was wearing my blue. Yeah. I remember, dude, it was funny because it was like I had this card,
Yeah.
And I let my brother rip it a couple times, and because we were dressed really obnoxiously, like the security dudes were like friends with us. And I just remember taking my ball sack off, and then like security guys like, hey, and I was like, all right, I'm cool. Woo, that was a close one.
No, there was no involved for me or in the bathroom.
But that's what I like.
There were other bathroom activities, but not the
A
bathroom.
lot of business meetings. But I like, no. The thing I liked about Buddy Guy's show was that, like, at 88 years old, he was more punk rock than the headliner. And it wasn't quasi-political. I just get a bad taste in my mouth whenever I feel like somebody's talking about something they don't know any fucking thing about, and they're just doing it so that they can look cooler than you.
Yeah.
And Buddy Guy was like, I don't give a fuck. You know? And I was like, wow. Somebody can do that? Yeah, it's like my biggest fear is like a performing artist that I turn into an activist.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in
I have a
either
platform.
Side. Yeah. I think you're all dumb. Get over
That's
yourselves.
my platform. I think
Why
you're
don't you
all
say
fucking
what you think?
stupid.
That I'm the greatest, and I'm hungry and horny. Like,
That's true.
yeah, just say that, you know, because at least I can deal with that. Having to like deal with another idea and then guess what the motivation is for it is too much fucking work for me. You know, like. I don't know. And at this rate, I'll probably become an activist because all these motherfuckers are doing their job so poorly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
you
want to do a walk for the what?
I feel like that about bartending. Sometimes people just expect you to be a certain way. And you're just like, yeah, I don't care. Like,
What do you mean? Like, people come up to you with, like, things like, what do you think about this?
It's like one of, like, the 3 rules is, like, religion, politics, and are, like, what you're not supposed to talk about at bars. And it's, like, the only 3 things people talk about at bars.
Especially here.
Yes, especially here.
Yeah. No, and I get a weird itch whenever I can tell somebody's talking about some shit they don't know fucking anything about.
Yeah.
Like all these guys who want to be activists to throw parties for when my buddy's going there. Like, and I know that I'm not that, so I'm not even going to pretend that I'm doing that. I'd rather be like an outward narcissist than to like dress my shit up. You know, like I think it's a lot easier for me to say, hey, I'm the shit, and have nobody believe it until they do.
Yeah.
Than it is to be like, well, you know what?
I like bartending because I like attention, honestly.
Save
like,
the bees. Like,
I'm the oldest of 4 children. I like bartending because people pay attention to me.
Well,
for one time in my life.
They have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sounds like you capitalize on it.
And I can choose who to pay attention to or not myself, so.
Yeah.
I have just, like, repeatedly walked past people for, like, 10 minutes straight and not given them a drink and served other people.
And did they take the tip jar and spike it on the ground? Or?
No, they did not.
They didn't do that?
No.
What is something exuberant they might have done? Have you ever been so offended that, like, you're not even pissed? You're just, like, kind of impressed?
Yeah.
Yeah? Somebody does something and, like, not even mad.
Yeah. It actually happens a lot working in a bar.
And it was your mom?
No.
No, your dad.
Yeah.
Really?
Actually.
Oh my God.
My dad has like offended me so hard that I was just like, all right, well, just gonna take my leave now. We don't need to talk about what it was that he said to me, but I was like, you know what, you're right. And there's no rebuttal. So I'm gonna go outside and smoke a cigarette and think about that. You're kind of right.
Well, I didn't mean to. This is a self-help podcast. It only helps me. I'm not trying to get a breakthrough here.
No, it's fine. My dad and I have the relationship we have. It's not a bad thing. It works.
That's good. Yeah, one of the last things my dad told me before I dropped out of college, before I went to college, it's like, UConn, if you can ever make a bunch of money, nobody gets ain't nothing wrong with that. Also, I could never take 10 shots in 10 minutes. I'm like, what are you telling me right now? Are you saying what I think you're saying? It's like, have fun out there. I was like, well,
I could have 10 shots in 10 minutes, I think. I could do that.
Well, on business meeting substances,
no.
There's a way to get it done. You use PEDs, dude.
Yeah.
You can Barry Bonds it.
There are performance-enhancing drugs.
That's right. One of them isn't. Do you ever get into that?
No.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm from Arkansas. I was never a pillbilly, though.
A pillbilly.
Instead of a hillbilly. Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Hillbillies.
That is a colloquial term. But yeah, I never did it. Never did any of that.
I don't know. I feel like the opiate stuff is terrible.
I have a natural gene blocker, so opiates don't work on me anyway. So.
What do you mean? Is that the native part, or is it you just change colors? Or
This
like,
part.
oh, it's the Irish part.
Red hair.
The Mick native part.
Yeah, the make native part.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently redheads, like, it's the whole thing, that like anesthesia.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, no, I got.
That is a real thing.
Yeah.
That is a very real thing. I can confirm that it is a thing.
Damn.
But yeah, opiates.
Have you ever had surgery where you gotta get put under?
Yeah, I got to.
You wake up and you're like.
When they cut my wisdom teeth out, I got to -30 before I passed out.
What does that mean?
Then they tell you to count backwards
Degrees?
from 10.
Oh.
Yeah, and they put the mask on you, say count backwards from 10. I was like at
You're taking
-30.
fucking laughing gas.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, I'm not asleep.
Hey.
And they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm not asleep. And they were like, you should be asleep. And I was like, I don't know, turn the shit up. Turn the shit up.
We had to give you the elephant dose because of the pigmentation.
Sure.
Yeah, I heard that black dudes with red hair can't even shoot them. All right. Mark. They're protected.
Privilege.
No, it's
Redhead privilege?
no, I don't know. Yeah, you've seen that though.
Oh, yeah, like.
Yeah, they found like fossils out. Well, not fossils, but like footprints in the mud that are like really, really fossils, old. You know, that are like, well, at this rate, this guy would have been running at 29 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's crazy. His stride's like 7 feet long.
Well, how do we know he didn't? How do we know the land didn't like stretch?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like, if they were running that fast, you know, they eventually got killed by people who stayed at home and just wrote shit down.
It's true.
Which is a shame.
It is true.
Yeah. Can't account for the weather though. Is there an ice cream truck on the back?
Yeah, what is that sound? I just keep hearing chimes. I wonder if it's DoorDash.
DoorDash is doing ice cream trucks now?
No, you can DoorDash Kava Bar. Right?
I don't know. DoorDash a bowl of kava.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty intense.
I think you can.
To-go glass? You can DoorDash.
That is
my friend.
crazy to think about.
What's crazy to think about is that people enjoy doing it.
Never.
Like imagine if you didn't see anything.
Yeah. You get womps.
I just gotta lay down.
I get.
It's the same type of stuff.
Yeah.
Inhalants and well, I guess I don't know.
I don't know. Yes.
Yeah.
That stuff, I don't like that. I did it once.
Flavored.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Were you driving?
Huh? No. Actually, I was at a Fish concert.
Shocking. They're doing what at the Fish
I
concert?
was like, why does this fucking shit taste like orange Fanta?
Quit taking my kids to.
Yeah. I fucking hit it and I was like, this tastes like orange Fanta. And he goes, it is. And that was literally, it was orange Fanta flavored. And I
Dude,
was
I
like,
remember like
no.
somebody, there was a kid who got fired from his kitchen job for partying too hard. It's like, yeah, dude, you ever get those flavored from wherever? And I thought it was a joke. I'm like, hell yeah, I did.
No, it's
He's
true.
like, yeah, no, they got strawberry cream. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's a thing.
I thought it was just.
Gas.
Yep.
They handed it to me like, have
Brandon.
you ever tried gas? And I was like, this is just like, this is, but it tastes like orange Fanta. It was very weird. I did not enjoy it.
Brought to you by Morris. Morris. Film yourself on Instagram crashing your car with our product.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I went and had a business meeting in the bathroom to get the taste out of my mouth.
that's good. Well, yeah, and then you couldn't taste anything. The only problem that I have with that thing is like potentially dying and then waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
That's the
I
tough
don't know
part.
if I could be a tradie again ever.
What do you
COVID. I don't know. I went back to being a tradie during COVID because I couldn't bartend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to bartend again. I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
I make a lot of money bartending.
Yeah.
A surprising amount of money.
Well, here, yeah.
Except for the summer. Right now, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I made the most on a Sunday night last night that I have in, like, the last 6 weeks.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a bouncer. It's pretty nice.
That's not bad.
Pretty well paid bouncer. I've told other bouncers that work on Dixon Street how much I make, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Oh, they don't like you. Maybe you should stop punching people and start talking to people."
Yeah. Well, I feel like in that regard, it is kind of like a club.
It
like,
is,
you
yeah.
gotta hang around long enough so that you know that, well, so that
I've also been a bouncer for
everybody
14 years now, since I was 19.
gets your doctorate.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I am the longest standing person that's been a bouncer on Dixon Street.
Masters in Bouncing Associates.
I think it's me and like one other person that works at Yeehog. And he's their head of security, so.
Oh, what does that mean? You know, head of security.
The
Like,
biggest,
don't look at that guy.
biggest asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes
Most
sense.
respected asshole, I guess. It's technically, you can say I'm the head of security. Because I am the one that works every night of the week that has a bouncing position.
Yeah. Makes sense. Well, your farts smell about as bad as mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also, the air is blowing them at me.
Yeah.
Do-
Have I farted? I don't think I farted.
no? Is that just me?
I don't know. I did ride my Enduro
Why you
here.
just,
I rode my Enduro here. I might smell like two-stroke.
no, because I'm not crying.
Yeah.
It might be me. I don't know. I shit my
It
pants.
might be my river shoes.
Oh,
These are also my
you got no
after-
socks on. Is
Yeah.
that it?
Maybe. These are my after-work shoes, so
All right. Well, I'm sorry I brought it up.
they're comfy. Just need some closed-toed to shift gears for 4 blocks to come here. So,
You riding your motorcycle?
yeah.
Nice.
Just needed
You riding your
something.
motorcycle for 4 blocks?
Yeah. 4 blocks. Well, it was like 4 Fayetteville blocks. So, like, 1 block is like 3 blocks.
Yeah.
1 block is like 3 blocks long.
Yeah.
And 2 blocks are like 2 blocks long. 1 block is actually a block.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think we're at almost an hour here
yeah.
with the 2 takes and all, in the gap. I don't know why I keep.
What is it? Chime. I feel like a PBS.
The guy with a freaking ice cream truck driving down the bike path. That's not even legal.
Ice cream kind of sounds good, I'm not gonna lie. I think that edible finally hit me. I think I just realized it. That's why the jingling is bothering me so much. They are slow rollers.
How much did you take?
Well, that's the thing also, is
It was a mystery brownie.
they're mystery gummies.
Oh.
So the
So
thing,
they're manufactured in a mystery
yeah, the
facility.
thing about buying edibles from your cousin is sometimes your cousin takes too many dabs while he's doing it, and he forgets. And by the time he gets to his jelly mixture, some of the top is so it doesn't necessarily fill the molds evenly.
Yeah.
So you get 6 from them, and one of them you're just like, hey, I can work on this.
You get a hot shot.
Friday night you take one, you're working, you're fine. Saturday night you take one and you're like, I want to kill people because I cannot hold a conversation with you right now. Let me watch Sports Center and check IDs. Please. Please stop talking to me about my job. So what do you do for your job? I sit here and I check IDs, and sometimes I grab people by the collar and drag them out of the bar and tell them not to come back. It's pretty
Like,
easy.
say the N-word, and then he'll say it, and then he'll be like,
I've seen that happen, actually. Not the N-word, but
Like
it
a
was
hard neighbor.
It was a C word.
Ooh.
And it was there's a bouncer who used to work out here on the street, and yeah, I wasn't working. I did not work at that bar. It's actually like right around the corner. Shout out. There was an guy that worked there, kind of pseudo worked there as the bouncer. And this was right when they first opened, quite a while ago. And this guy goes, "Yeah, fuck you, you C word." Talking about people. And he goes, I'd say if it was, but he goes, "Yeah, fuck you, you C word." And I remember Eli goes, "Did you just call me a huh? And he goes, "Yeah, you fucking huh."
You gotta double down, dude.
And he went, whop.
Oh.
Eli was also, for lack of a better term, he was a math, not a jungle, and was like in martial arts instead of playing an instrument.
I guess they don't know the difference.
It was like
Sounds
island.
like he was more of a jungle guy than he was a math guy.
No, like math, like your parents are like into academics and make you do an extracurricular because it keeps you focused, kind of thing.
So he kicked this guy right in his ear.
And punched him in the ear.
Oh, okay.
Straight up, just whop, right in the ear, like direct hit to the ear. Like probably cracked his cartilage. It was bad.
Eesh. Imagine getting cauliflower ear from a slur, dude. That's probably how most of them get them. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Connie's Untitled Nighttime Talk Show. Special thanks to my guest, Mr. Dave Penley. Moma tried. Yep.
Misspelled tattoos are funny.
But didn't die trying. I'm going to do one of these flawlessly soon. I promise. Thank you for tuning in, Bryce. Shout out to my buddy Steven. It's not my baby. I'm waiting on the test results. Thank you for tuning in.